so we're going to talk about everything on Product Hunt. Let's get going.
Yeah, sure.
Just in case.
So, first of all, what is a product hunt? Actually, product hunt is like Facebook. It's a social media that you are just that's designed for the product owners who are making the product. And so, whenever you are creating a product, you can go there and launch there. And actually, it's a very competitive platform, and you can see products of Google, Facebook. Recently, Libra was hunted there, and other products that are just new designed can be go there. So the goal is to make it to the top. It's just like the Reddit. You are just posting something and you are waiting others to upvote it. And topper better. As top it goes, as many people will see it, and that many people will have info about your product and come to your website and download it. So how does it work? So there are three roles in the product hunt. There are the hunters, makers, and users. The makers are the people who are making the product. The product owner, the software engineers, the CEO of the company, anyone who has had any detailed work on the product may be considered as a maker. Hunters are the people, are the tech enthusiasts who are just discovering new products and going and posting them on the product hunt. So, for example, I saw that, for example, Lucy has produced a very good product. Yes, right here. So I can see that it's a cool product. I'm a hunter. I'm going and posting Lucy's product there, and the users, other people. I suppose you are tech enthusiasts. You are going at product hunt. You see that the hunter, has gone and hunted Lucy's product, and you are upvoting it. You may just leave comments and go to the website to see what the actual product is. So, okay, I just told what is product hunt, but let's speak about what product hunt can give to you, or what it gave to us. So I will just explain some analytics. I will just deliver some analytics insights to you, and then Anna will go deeper and discover the magic that our team has done to achieve the milestone of winning the Golden Kitty. So one of the benefits was the huge spike of the web visitors. So actually we have posted our product in the product hunt twice. So the first one was designed for Mac and the other was for Windows, and they were pretty different products in terms of the state that the products have been. And so, as you can see, we have had huge spikes for both referral, for both direct and organic search. Do we have any digital marketers here who know? Okay, some of the people. Just a small background. The none is direct people who are just going and Chris.ai and coming to us. So you can see we have had lots of people who just heard about us and searched on the Google Chris.ai and came to us. The organic search is when you are just going on noise cancellation software or Chris product and then coming to us. And the referral was the product hunt. So you can see the product hunt has given has given benefit to us through 3 main channels to us. And we have had, can you go, because this is not working. Yeah, and the second launch, you can see, again, we had the better web visitors, 500 or 1,000 visitors, but then during the product hunt launch, during this World Week, we had again spikes through different channels where people were coming and exploring our product. And downloads. Okay, users are coming, but what we are more interested in is the downloads. And as you can see, we have a similar picture. We have lots of downloads coming from Product Hunt and other affiliated channels. And the same for the 2019 launch. We had again huge number of downloads, increase and the spike on the graph. And other than tech enthusiasts, there are lots of tech journalists who are just knowing about your product and going and writing in their blogs, in different social media outlets. And you can see here like lots of news sources have appeared with lots of download, from which there were lots of visitors and downloads. And as you can see, we had like download conversion rate of 50-60%, which is like a huge deal for a landing page. And another thing was the positive feedback. So actually, like imagine you are preparing the product for months. It's a lot of work. You don't see actual results, and then you are posting your product at the product hunt, and you see lots of tech enthusiasts, early adopters coming and giving feedback to you, and it gives really positive energy to you to just go on and work harder. Some of people were trying to do like elections comes, upvoting twice. There were people who are trying to see like, could you please bring it to all platforms? The first one was just for Mac, so people were trying to get it for Android and iOS. Can we go over? Yeah, there were other people who were giving like huge paragraphs of suggestions. This one was the small one, so I put the screenshot here. Others were more lengthy. So it's a very great thing for a product manager to see users actually giving feedback to you and knowing if the product is actually solving the customer pain points or no. And other than just comments, lots of users have gone and tweeted about us in their Twitter accounts, including Alexis Oanyan. Yeah, and just to sum up what benefits has it given to you, it gave us like lots of users coming to our website, lots of downloads, approximately 4,000 to 5,000 downloads just from product and launches. Yeah, I guess this was it, and now I will transfer the speaker to Anna.
So, how to make it to Product Hunt? You have to do research, of course. Research is the first major thing that you do. Can you please come over and do the slides if the thing is not working? Yeah. You need tools for this. The tools are mainly helping you with analyzing the competitive days, like the day when you're going to put on your product, and it's going to help you to understand what products are submitted and how many upvotes do they have. It's like for any given day. This is time travel, you can use it anytime. I'm going to go deeper into this in a second, just the tools for now. And another tool is 500 Hunters. This tool is amazing. It shows all the makers, top makers, with the most submitted products, with the most upvotes, and the hunters as well. So having these tools at hand, it's definitely going to help you to start it going. Next slide. Pre-launch. This is the most important thing. You have to start this several months before. Not a week, not two, several months. It's a huge work. Let's go to the next slide. So you have a product. Your product is outstanding. It's innovative. It's useful. It solves pain points just as you thought it would. So it has to fit the industries that Product Hunt covers, because Product Hunt has very interesting industries. It's in gaming, it's tech, and even in books. So all the popular stuff is there, and all the geeky people are going to be waiting, excited for any new products dropping anytime. Your product has to be cool. I mean, it has to like drop jaws, because if it doesn't, all the other points are not going to work. Let's move on to the next one. You build an upcoming page. This is a relatively new feature in Product Hunt. It's called the Product Hunt Ship Program. Basically, all you do is you build a page for your product. It has to tell what your product does, what it is, and it goes from the maker's perspective. So what users do, they go and subscribe for the product. When they subscribe, they get a notification that the product launches. So they will know, you will have an early audience, like early subscribers that will know that you are launching a product. already good enough. You can message the users, you can help and stay active. Another thing is that you can add a widget about this, like on your own website, on the landing page, from the site or wherever. It can take users to the product hunt and it can help them actually to subscribe. This is a huge thing, so definitely do this. Next slide. Okay, then you create the product page itself. Okay, you'll need to think of these. The product name, which is of course your product name, tagline. These two are the most important thing because that's what people are going to be seeing. So when you have the product name, there is going to be a picture showing. It can be a static image or it can be a GIF. It better be a GIF because it can show the feature easier. Like for example, in our case, we are noise cancellation application. So it's just a switch and we show how the switch turns on and how it works. So if you can show it in a GIF, in a thumbnail, it will be great. And the tagline has to be short and concise. I'm going to speak about this in more detail later. Description is a more detailed explanation of your product. So you can talk about features more, you can explain it a lot deeper. It can help the users understand the entire essence of the product generally. Next. Gallery. No, wait. Gallery. Gallery is about what your product is. So you visually show people what it is. It can be the interface of the product. It can be a video explaining what the product does. It can be like multiple images so they can scroll through and see what it is. And it will help people to get a visual view. Next is media. So you put links to your website, to any other popular media that wrote about you to increase credibility, engagement, and also if your product is available, help people to test it first. Next is topics. So just as I said, Product Hunt has industries and you can pick topics which actually go with your product. So whether it's AI or I don't know, anything, you can choose up to 4 topics maximum, not to overdo it, like 2 to 4. 2 to 4 is good. Next is makers. Makers are important. These are not only the people who founded the product, like these are all the people who worked on the product. So you list them all as makers so that everyone knows who worked on it. And of course the hunter. Without the hunter, nothing would be possible. Okay, it would be possible, of course, it's definitely possible, but like hunters are the people who speed things up generally. Okay, so these are the core fundamentals. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, when you are communicating your message about your product, you have to explain what it is and what it does. Now, I want to emphasize that when you're launching a product, it's not about how complete and perfect it is. It's not necessary for it to be perfect. It has to tell a story. It has to have a vision. It has to have a potential. So if you have a potential in your product and you're telling it to people, they're being inspired. They're being motivated to support it, to see where it goes and what it's going to end up to. So in our case, just an example, Crisp. So it's a noise cancelling app. What it is, noise cancelling app. What it does, it mutes background noise during calls. So if you're thinking of a tagline like world's best innovative this and that, you know, that's popular, that's cool, it's like showing that you're the first doing it, it's not going to be very applicable to Product Hunt because you're losing more space to show what the product does. It's like you're showing more that it's the first that does it rather than what it does. So let's make this clear. Next point. Okay, this is, no, go. This is how we did it. You see right there, the GIF, it's not moving, but this is just a screenshot. That's Crisp Mac, we were launching for Mac that time. Is it working? Yeah. Oh, great. So this is the gallery, as you see. This is showing what the product does and the rest of the image is there. This is the description, the links, the media I was telling about. The website right there, of course. And you can see the hunter and the makers at the bottom there. So generally, this is how it looks like, and this is how it should look like. Moving on, get early subscribers. This is not generally about Product Hunt. This is about going to other platforms and trying to find people who would actually want to see your product. So So you go to Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere, find any product hunt related groups or any groups that are fitting to your industry, and you post about your product. You have to make sure that it is not promotional content because you might be kicked out of the group. So you post about your product where it is applicable. And you can even reach out to people individually, like personally message them, tell the same story of your product, try to get them inspired, and ask them to beta test your product. It's really, really crucial that you beta test your product and get as much feedback as possible. It will give you more room to improve your product. Yeah, you build network, generally. You go to Product Hunt, you explore the website completely, fully, you talk to people, you make connections, you see products, you try to upvote, and find interesting stuff before you actually settle in and prepare for your lunch. Okay, this is a fun one. When you're in doubt about anything, you follow the KISS principle, which goes, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. All you do is you keep it simple. That's basically all people need. Next is you find a hunter. Why do you need a hunter? Hunter has a name, he has a popular and big following, and they will help show your product to a wider community a lot faster. They will be able to boost your product and make it like be popular a lot easier than if you were to do it alone. Launch date. This is important. So Product Hunt works in Pacific Standard Time, which is 11 hours behind our time, and it works in that time only. So you have to make sure that you launch at a correct time, even if you're scheduling the launch early. New products are added once every 24 hours, starting from midnight, and they're being added throughout the day. So this is an important point. Next, the most competitive days are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. These are the coolest days, but it is a lot harder to keep up with other products. So instead you could just launch on least competitive days like weekends. That would help you boost quicker. But on the other hand, if you go viral on most competitive days, it's going to be even cooler. So another point is we should pray that you don't launch with other cool big giants like Google or Facebook, because it will be a lot harder to compete against them. Like we had to win against Dropbox, and now we're competing for the product of the month against Facebook's Libra, so it's a bit difficult to handle. Next, you prepare your website. You have to make sure that you don't make any distinct website related changes so that you avoid any possible crashes when product hunters are gonna come to your website. You have to welcome them. A cute banner like this or anything that you have in mind would be just great. A warm welcome to your own website. It would make them feel more engaged and important. So you also have to keep your messaging platform going. In our case, it was Intercom. You have to keep it going because people are going to ask questions about your product. And they're going to ask a lot of questions, probably, and you have to be ready to answer all of them and make sure that everything is in place. Yeah. So you gotta stay attentive at all times. Even if you have a hunter, even if you have pre-scheduled your lunch, you might launch accidentally by another hunter, and that's what happens to us when we were launching CRISPR Mac. We were preparing for the lunch, but we were like caught off guard when we launched, so it was really cool. Okay, the lunch itself, great times, great times. Okay, first thing people usually do is they ask for upvotes. Like, upvotes are so evil, you have no idea. The point of the product and the lunch is that people like it. Like, people come and see it. They want to know more. And then, like, they should come see, check it out, go to your website, test it and everything. And then they should upvote. It shouldn't be the major things. It's like, Metzatstrek like hack is a big no-no. Let's not do that. So the Product Hunt secret source algorithm doesn't like it when you spam or push notify or annoy people with your product. Here is a real-life example right here. See, the Undesign has a lot less upvotes than this one right here, Airtable, but they're in a winning position. So it's not always all about upvotes. Okay, here is the entire messaging of how you can replace the word upvote. Like show us love, join the discussion, leave your feedback, anything. I shaped it in Mickey Mouse, if you can see that. Okay, so social media. This is important. During your lunch, you can't like go to sleep. You're gonna stay up all night, all day. You're gonna be real life updating about lunch all the time on your social media. And it shouldn't look too promotional. It's better if you don't add too many links. If you could tag people instead of mentioning them so that you reduce the amount of blue showing. Like blue means links and it looks a bit spammy. So you gotta make sure that it looks just what it is and it's personalized. If you can make it sound personalized, it will increase engagement and credibility. Also, you can retweet and reshare what people say. It will make them feel good and it will add like more hype to the product in general. And it's always cool when people talk about something that excites them. Okay, you can also tag Product Hunt because they are willing to retweet and repost about you and try to help you boost your product. So this is how we did it. This is on Twitter, there is like Facebook, and then we have our CEO retweeting about it, which is like a personalized type of social media post. So this is generally how you could do it. Next, you can even make it to the Product Hunt newsletter. It can like give you a lot more engagement and even upvotes, and it can keep you on the top, and many people are going to see it when the newsletter is getting sent to them. So this is a really cool opportunity. You can even get to the Product Hunt Ship Program newsletter when your product is still in the upcoming. So, oh boy, it's not working again. Can you please? One more? Great. So next what you do is you keep it up. You have to keep it up all the time. You have to keep making social media posts because the more you post and keep the hype about your product, the less likely it is for people to forget it. You have a long journey. You need to make it to the very top gradually. So you have to keep the engagement up at all times. You have to answer all the comments, both on Product Hunt, like on your product page, and both on the other platforms as well on your social media. Then you also have to stay in touch with other media who will write about you. This is for PR. You have to make sure that people who write about you know what they should say and know what they shouldn't say. This is important. Okay, Product Hunt Needles Me. This is going to help you to understand the real-time view of Product Hunt for the given day so you can analyze it and make your points. Okay. You do this all the time, and then you make it to Product of the Day, Product of the Week, and hopefully to Product of the Month. Okay, then hopefully you get nominated to be the Product of the Year. This is the biggest major event. It's like the Oscar of the tech world. The community actually nominates the products. Here is how it goes. It launches in January. It lasts about 2 weeks. The first week they pick the finalists in each category, and then they pick the winners in each category. There are 22 categories, at least in Golden Kitty Awards of 2018. There were 22 categories, including 10 new. So all you have to do, I mean, the algorithm works the same way. You still don't ask for upvotes. Please don't do that. You just put the link to the general page, and then you ask people to go and discover you and find you. Maybe they will discover other cool products in other categories as well, and that's going to be really cool. And that's what you do, generally speaking. You just have to make sure that what your product does is shown in the right way to people, so that you tell the story correctly and be able to inspire people and motivate them to keep up and support your product till the very end of your journey. Every single day matters, and every single person and their opinion matters. So try to show it to them and try to engage and, I mean, build a big family. That is only going to make you and everyone else happier. Thanks a lot.
So we have still some minutes left, so if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to ask. Yeah?
So I'm using Product Hunt as a digital marketing specialist. So I have different clients, they have their products, and I use Product Hunt as a great resource, one of the great resources for digital marketing SEO. But my main concern is that they are not involved, the product owners are not involved in all that stuff. Meaning they don't engage, they don't talk with the customer. So how do you value the involvement of product owners in the promotion using the Product Hunt, and how would you what would you use to convince that the CTO or CEO must really be involved a lot in all that process?
So actually we didn't have that problem because me personally, when I got to our company, I didn't know about Product Hunt. Our CEO has mentioned it about the meeting, daily stand-up, and then he said just go over and research. And then when everything was ready, he was the one pushing us to like prepare for the Product Hunt, and he was the one as listed as a maker. He was the one actually responding all of the questions that the customers had in intercom. He was the one who was like replying the comments. So unfortunately, I think the problem is like a more general issue that the C-level managers do not appreciate digital marketing. Fortunately, we don't have that case in our company.
No, they appreciate, but they think that, okay, we don't have time, so you do that for us. But I think that, am I right that the CTO's involvement is really, really very, very important for Product Hunt?
Actually, the website visitors, the users who are chatting with us, I saw one of the people has written a question about the bug in the product, and then when our CEO was responding to him, taking care of the bug, and the web visitor said, "Oh, are you the CEO? It's so cool that I see that people care about us and they are going to engage."
Reputation management.
Yeah. But another thing you can do is just show what Product Hunt did for other companies. For example, I started with a small section of insights, how many downloads and users did it bring, and actually in the long run, how much money the Product Hunt can bring to you. So that might be something that the C-level managers might be interested in.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for the question.
Hi, first of all, thanks a lot for the second presentation. First of all, can you hear me?
And thank you for being here to listen. Maybe I can...
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, thanks for the exciting and interesting presentation. My question is, you mentioned that the beta version doesn't have to be complete and ideal. As a product manager, I'm interested, what should be the recommended time lapse between launching the beta version and the production version to maintain that initial excitement and interest in your product? And the second question is, out of curiosity, what was the volume of questions from users that you received after launching the product, and how you managed to handle that volume? Thank you.
The first question was... I'm sorry, I just like... I'm sorry, what was the first question?
Like, how much time do you need, like, between...
Yeah. What is the bedtime, beta and production, like, what is the line between beta and production?
What is the recommended time lapse between launching the beta and production version to maintain the interest?
I don't think I have the answer for that, maybe because it depends on what kind of product do you have, what kind of, how many users did you already have. For example, we are like trying to make the product for months, and we wanted feedback if our product is really actually solving any pain. So I guess it shall be like 4 months, considering our 2 launches. Before the launches, we have been working on them like from 4 to 6 months, I guess. Yeah, for the first one 4 and the second one 6 months. But unfortunately, I cannot give a clear recommendation on the timeline. I can just give our experience. And regarding the second question, so before in Intercom, it was 2 people from our side answering the questions, and we had like 10 people giving questions to us. And then during the launches, number got 20 or 30, I guess. The first day we had 250 people coming and asking questions. And the only way was that our CEO was not celebrating with us, he was just typing messages and replying to the people. Both our managers and the customer care specialists were like not sleeping during that 2 days or 30 hours. Other questions, or this was it?
Could you turn on to slide 2.5? I guess it's important.
We can speak like later. Thank you, everyone. And this was our golden kitty.